Ferrari GTO on the go in VR. Hello there everyone and welcome to OpenFed Gaming. You're listening to the OpenFed. Today we are driving a 1984 Ferrari GTO. We're driving it in a Ferrari Circuit Challenge at the Autodrome Lago Maggiore full course track. I hope I pronounced that correctly. We're doing 5 laps. We started 16th of 16 cars and we started with a rolling start. I really like this particular race because the track is so cool. It's a nice wide track, so you got lots of room. You cut the corners really tight and you try and take the shortest route possible as you're drifting from side to side on the track, which is really nice. And this Ferrari just kind of seems to stick to the road like glue. So this is an awesome race. Now, I know I keep telling people, or I keep telling the viewers, to make sure you take your time, have a little patience. Of course, these are reminders more for myself than anything else, because I'm a very impatient driver when I play video games. So I have to constantly remind myself to slow down, take it easy. You've got lots of time. You've got 5 laps. You only have 15 cars that you got to pass. And in the 5 laps that are not that short to begin with, you got lots of time to do that. The other thing I keep reminding people of too is you got to watch out, make sure that nobody wipes out in front of you, because when they wipe out in front of you, there's a good chance that they might be able to take you out too. So you don't want that to happen. You know, so basically the strategy is the same from race to race: is catch up to the guy in front of you, wait for your opportunity, and try and pass him when it's safe to do so. However, if you do it at situations like that, where I just passed those guys around the corner, when they slow right down and you shoot by them, there's nothing wrong with that. You can move up in position in the race fairly quickly. Now we're coming around the corner here down the straight stretch, and the first lap is already done. So it's not going to take too long. There's 4 more laps to go. But if you systematically pick your opponents off one at a time, then there shouldn't be no trouble trying to win this race. The other thing is, if you go too fast, you know, you could spin out and you have a hard time controlling the vehicle. And the racing is not as much fun either. And you don't get to enjoy the graphics because you're always trying to get ahead of the guy. You know, like trying to win the race in the first lap, and that just doesn't work. Now this is an absolutely gorgeous track. The view around is fantastic. The way you come down the mountain like this and then shoot back up again. The elevation changes in the tracks look great. And it's just an awesome race to run. And all the cars in this particular race are Ferraris of different years, hence the Ferrari Circuit Challenge name for the event. So we're going to try and catch up and pass this guy and try and make our way slowly to the head of the pack. Now the cars are spread out pretty good across this track this time, so it's going to take us a little bit of time, if not most of the race, to try and pass them all. Now we are, this part I really like, where it comes down the hill, you go around the corner and you go back up the hill. It just looks so realistic in VR when you're driving it. It's just fantastic. I just love it. So we're coming around here. We're getting near the end of the second lap already. So it doesn't take long. There's only 3 more laps to go before the race is over. But we're having a good time, enjoying ourselves. And we're going to come around the corner here. See if we can take these 2 guys on the outside. Well, maybe not just yet. Normally you don't want to try and pass them on the outside because you end up giving them too much throttle and you're on the outside of a curve and you end up spinning out. But they slow down sometimes more than enough for you to go by. So that's what we do. And as we're coming around here, we've now finished our second lap. So free to go. This is just a fantastic car to drive. I love the interior of this car with the little stallion on the the centerpiece of the steering wheel. It's a cool race to run. Really, really enjoyable. As long as you drive the track the way you're supposed to. If you start spinning out, then it becomes a nightmare of a race. But we're not going to do that. We're going to try and push it just a little bit because we don't know if we're at, oh no, we're not at the head of the pack yet. I see one way, way down there. So we know we got at least one more car in front of us. So we're going to keep ripping, but there again, now don't push it too hard. You got lots of time. You still got like 2.5 laps to go. So we got lots of time to catch up to him, and as we're catching him, we're also getting closer to any cars that might be in front of him. So we're gonna keep doing that and enjoy this race. It's just fantastic to run. We're gonna catch this guy real quick, and as you can see, when you're going from side to side on the track, you tend to take, it becomes the shortest route, so you don't have to slow down as much, and your lap will end up being quicker if you use the track to its optimum. Here we're coming down that hill again, and back up the other side. And as you can see, if you take the corners wide where you're supposed to, then it's a little bit easier on the braking, and you don't slide and lose control of the car. Whoa, he slowed down really fast there all of a sudden. Now, another thing you got to watch out for in a lot of racing games, and this is Gran Turismo, it happens off and on, not all the time, but guys try to block you out. Now, he wasn't doing that great a job, and it's a little bit more difficult to block anybody out when you're driving on a track this wide, because as you can see, he passed me again on the right hand side there, but only for a second, because he can't stop me from throttling up again once I go around the corner. Now it's behind me. So this will be our third lap, and as I can see, there's another car there in front of us. So we're not yet in the front, I see. And I do not believe we're just starting our third lap. I don't believe that this guy is the number one car either. So we're gonna have to catch up to him, and when we get the opportunity, get by him and see if there's anybody left in front of him, because we would like to win for, oh, there I can see a guy right down in the bottom. He went around the curve already. He might be car number one, because he would probably take us another lap and a half to catch up to. So you start to get used to how long and how fast it'll take you. I mean, the tracks start to become very recognizable, and you can remember the corners, and sometimes I don't remember them and I overshoot them and over boogie a little bit and lose control, but you know, that happens every once in a while, so that's okay. It's all part of the game. So when that happens, all you got to do is remember to slow down a little bit, and when you slow down, corners will come a little bit easier, you won't spin out, and you'll be able to pass cars like that a little bit easier. Now, I found it a little weird there when just before I passed him, he started to come over towards the center of the track there. And that was a little weird, but keep that in mind, because it happens again the next time around. And I'll show you what we did to combat that. A little bit of a strategic plan to pass a guy when they're trying to block you out. Now we only have one more car left in front of us, I do believe, and this is around this corner, the ending, I believe, no, well, yeah, around this corner we are ending our fourth lap. Here's the straight section with where the checkered flag will be in one more lap. Well, we got one more car to pass right there in front of us. And as you can see, he's still quite a ways away, so we're going to have to really get moving if we want to catch him in time before this lap is done. Now you might think, oh, well, you got a full lap, so you got lots of time. You would think that, but boy, he's quite a ways ahead, so he's going to take a little while. He's going to take half to 3/4 of the lap just to catch. Oh, there's two there. I thought there was only one left over there. There's two. Alright, now this blue car, like why would you be driving in the middle of the track? That just doesn't make much sense, especially when you're turning to the right. You'd think you'd be on the left-hand side, which kind of makes me believe he was trying to block me one way or another by being in the middle of the track. Now, of course, it's not going to work because the track is just too wide, but as we're coming through here, this section is fairly easy. You can't pass anybody here. There's just no room, and with the speed that they go, you can't get by them. And as we come around the corner here, I do believe that big hill is there. Now I'm going to pass him on the right, but watch him move over. Look at him, and he stays in front of you, so we switch back to the left real quick. Get behind him. Now I do believe we are in first place, because the Opafet's not going to be denied. We ran a good race. We had some tough competition, but they didn't quite pan out for me. So we had a great time. I really enjoyed this race. If you enjoyed it too, give us a thumbs up if you like it. And if you don't want to miss any of the upcoming races, we got some real good ones coming up. So hit the subscribe button. And then we'll see what we're going to see next. I hope you had a great time. See you back here again real soon. You've been racing the Opafet.